Have you ever seen this before? Have you ever seen a Goodwill online order pickup? You're not going to see it very often. Most major cities that have multiple Goodwill outlets or Goodwill bins locations have a place where you can buy things from their eBay-like store. And if you're close enough, you can go pick them up rather than have them shipped. I'm doing that today. I'm picking up bulk Lego. So stick around later in the video for that. But if you didn't know this was a thing, you should be checking it out. I'll tell you why later.
If you haven't heard the news, TENDO announced in his previous video that he is opening a real brick-and-mortar kids' clothing and toy store. There are lots of moving parts and future announcements to come, but for the purposes of today's video, all that matters is acquiring as much stock as possible before the store opens. The Goodwill bins are coming in clutch and filling up stock fast, but it isn't enough. TENDO and the crew are constantly looking for new and better shopping opportunities. TENDO is going to try shopgoodwill.com for the first time today, and he is going to take you along for the ride and let you know how it goes. So subscribe and turn those notifications on so you don't miss what's coming.
Hello. Is this bin just meant for me or what? Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Lego I gotta pick out. And would you believe I found a Rayquaza plush? What the heck? There's more. There's way more to talk about. But I gotta get this. Man, that's nice. I gotta put the phone away and get this Lego. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I gotta get it. Gotta get it. This is for like toy horses. I really thought for a second this was for trains. When was the last time I saw this in the bins? Is the game in here? Second empty Game Boy box I found in this bin. Lego, a bunch of Lego in here. You just gotta pick it out. You gotta make sure it's actually Lego. We want all Lego, especially when it's quality blocks like this, nice square, not Technics. I mean, we want Technics too. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. There you go, Mark. Check out my Lego haul so far. It's in a Lego bag. Nice. Mini brands. It sort of goes without saying, but it's a completely different mindset to buy for a retail store than eBay and antique malls, the two things that I'm most familiar with reselling. for me, it's sort of scary buying so much quantity of something. I don't need so much quantity of something often for antique malls. Just a few of something is good, but here I am buying probably my 100th Squishmallow today. Feels weird, but I'm outside getting a little breaky break. I found these at the end of a rotation in a bag full of toys. I'm thinking they're cake toppers, but don't cake toppers sort of have snowshoe feet? They look like cake toppers. Did you have one of these when you were younger?
I did.
Well, the sold comps are like $15 to $25, so no corrosion, we'll get it.
Booyah.
I made some cool new friends today that gave me this. You guys know who you are, thank you. It's probably, besides that Rayquaza plush, it's probably the best thing I found today. Good day for Pokemon. Even though this video is probably more so kind of gonna be about Lego, but it's sick. Let's find Pokemon. That's so awesome. So I learned something pretty interesting today. There's 3 Goodwill outlets in the Indianapolis area, and only one of them does the shop Goodwill stuff. And that's where we'll be going tomorrow to pick up our Lego. So that's good to know, I guess. It's not like you gotta search 3 different locations on the website. It's just if it comes up in Indy for shop Goodwill and you wanna go buy something there, pick something up physically, or worry about shipping. You just have to worry about it from this one place. Is that Squishmallow? Sometimes it's hard to tell. We're gonna go with no. Somebody comment below and tell me if you know what this is. Is this just that weird internet YouTube stuff like Kissy Missy and stuff? I have no idea. $15 vintage library book cart. Do we get it and paint it yellow or no? I think it's gotta be a y'all. So this unfortunate thing happens at a lot of Goodwill outlets, and I'll tell you what, without my beard, it's weird seeing myself at certain angles. Tripping me out. Sometimes Goodwill outlets prepare stuff for the day before or earlier in the day, and then the late day comes and they sort of misguess, and you spend the last couple of rotations with nothing but clothes. All those bins down there are just clothes and no more stuff. So I basically resigned myself to hanger duty because there's nothing else for me to look through. Lauren's still digging hard through clothes. I thought about helping her, but I'm awful at clothing. I'm awful at it. So this is my job now. Have you ever seen this before? Have you ever seen a Goodwill online order pickup? No hurry, thank you. So you gotta come inside, online order pickup, please sign in below, check at the window. This place is just a door over from the Goodwill bins location, so I imagine it shares a big warehouse in the back where they put the stuff over here that they're gonna wheel out into the bins, and they put the stuff over here they're gonna try to sell online.
Is there anywhere?
About 25 pounds of Lego. It is pretty heavy. Let's just look at it quick too. Bags full of Lego. There's just some books crammed in here. It's pretty awesome. I really just want to know. I mean, we've paid for them, we've signed for them, but am I gonna open this to a bunch of Mega Block? They actually look genuine. Genuine Lego. All right, well, there you go. The online pickup, the Goodwill bins. Let me break this down a little bit for you and my thoughts on the online retail side of Goodwill. A lot of people that do what we do hate it. And I spend, as you know, if you watch my channel all over the country, I spend a lot of time at these Goodwill outlets. And the biggest complaint I hear when I get to talking to people, whether they're people that recognize me from my channel or they're just people at the store that I overhear or engage myself in conversation with, a lot of people hate this online thing. They think that it takes away from the shopping experience here. Now, my opinion is just my opinion, and a lot of you can probably understand it just comes from a very small cut of the pie of the things that show up for sale at the Goodwill outlet. I buy very specific toys. I've been buying the same stuff for years on this channel, right? So the opinion I'm about to tell you comes from that. If you're a jewelry shopper or an XYZ shopper, this may not work for you, but I know for me, my honest opinion, my experience shopping for toys at Goodwill has not changed at all. Yeah, sure, I go through periods where it seems like the stock's not as good. You'll hear people express these opinions where they're like, I used to find this good stuff all the time and now it doesn't show up anymore because, and this, I hear this all the time, it shows up on the Goodwill site. And I can't discount those people's experiences. But what I have found to be true is that because of the way that corporate America works, and I classify Goodwill under this corporate America, even though they're not for profit, they still work for profit. You know, they still make money. They're still business. That's a whole other can of worms we're not going to get into. But what happens with Goodwills is a lot of changes that change the things you're shopping for at Goodwill. They come and go. And if you just keep going, you just keep looking, and you come back to the same Goodwill months later, you'll find things change back in the other direction, and there's a huge overcorrection. My constant experience shopping at Goodwill is that things change, they change back, new management, and it's not trackable. So yes, things change, and sometimes there's big changes. Like the past 5 or 6 years, yes, Goodwill has went really hard towards online retailing, and honestly, they're doing better and better, because what I just saw in there is a pretty high-end operation. They're not just scattered and trying to sell stuff online. And I do know when I first started shopping at Goodwill and I heard about this online thing, they seem to be scrambling to find the stuff to sell online to get it right. And I'm here to tell you, they're getting better and better. So the experience is changing. And I'm of the personal opinion that if you're gonna do what we do for a living, a lot of us do for a living, you gotta change with the times. So that's why I bought this big box of Lego. And I want to do more. When I find good weight to price ratio of Lego on the online store, I'm gonna start buying them. And for some people, that's probably gonna make me part of the problem. I don't know, I don't really care. I gotta have Lego when we open this toy store. And I wanna show you something before we get out of here for this video, before we finish this video. I found a listing on the online store down in Texas for 500 pounds of Lego. And I actually have been tracking it for a while. Originally, this listing was $1,700 buy it now, and that's it. There was no bids. And it didn't sell. Nobody wanted it for that. And honestly, I would have bought it for it, but I'm not really close to Fort Worth, Texas. And now it's bidding, and I don't know what it's up to now. Last time I looked, it started at 5, and maybe it was bid up to 600 or 700. And man, if I was close, I would get it, because that ends up being $1-ish a pound, which is pretty good for how I sell Legos, how I'm gonna sell Legos in my store. It's a pretty good price. And I'm saying all this to say, I really want people watching this channel to know, especially if you're into antique mall shopping, or maybe even if some of you have retail spaces like we're working on opening, the online Goodwill tool is probably better than you've heard people say it is and stuff, but what you have to do is you have to learn how to use the filters. And honestly, I'm hearing myself say all this, and it's starting to sound like I'm making a Goodwill ad. I'm not sponsored in any way. I mean, it's about time, Goodwill, throw your boy a sponsorship, but it is going to be a big part of this channel moving forward. I think you're going to see me doing more pickups like this as we move towards opening our store. You got to learn to use the filters. You can filter the online sales by, just like eBay, just like bids, auctions that are ending the soonest, stuff like that. And what I like to do is filter by, I want items that can only be picked up. They're so big to be picked that they have to be picked up. So that means instead of people all over the country bidding, just people that are local enough to pick stuff up are bidding. That lowers the pool, that keeps prices down. So, and then you get things that are just buy it now. So this box was only flat out buy it now. So I was able to just purchase that box, pick it up. I'm gonna take it straight home and dump it at my Lego table. But then you can also filter things by bulk only. They have a whole bulk tab, which bulk items are typically the same thing. They're typically pick up only. But I like looking at crates full of things. That's how I found the Lego listing that I so desperately want. If I was in Texas, I would have it. I found at this very Goodwill pickup for things that are just a bin full of guitars and flutes and saxophones for a few $100. Really good, crazy deals if you're in the market for bulk buying. But you can also search things in a variety of other ways. So I'm just here to tell you, even if you've heard bad things, even if you think that it's ruining thrifting, get on Goodwill's site and see if you can't find yourself a deal for your resale and stuff, because people that act like it's ruining the world just aren't ready to change with the times. More binge shopping. It's another day of binge shopping, and this place always opens like 10 minutes early. We're always late because we forget that they open early. See how I have this NASA patch on this black jacket? I've got other NASA patches on it. I wanted it to be on an orange one, but I can't ever find an orange one that fits me. This is so close, but it's a little small, you know? I can get away with it, but it's too small. I want a bright orange jacket, but put NASA patch. I keep trying to find more patches for this NASA jacket, for like the sleeve and stuff, and I swear, way more than actual NASA patches, I find this stuff, right? This kitty stuff. So this jacket I have on is about to just be covered with this. So I'm gonna, I need that. We come in peace. Yep. I need to put that on my sleeve. Just made the sickest find of the day. Man, I'd wear the F out of that if it fit me. We need a Wumbo Ray. The store has just 90% clothes in it right now at open, which is why I'm messing around with clothes and waiting for first rotation so they bring me some stuff out. But I found what's probably gonna be the best useful find of the day, which is an Apple mouse that's rechargeable. I have one that runs off AA's, and I've had it for years. I bought it with an iMac in like 2012, 13 or something when I lived in Arizona. And when I lived in California, sorry. And it's getting spotty. It's starting to sort of not work some of the time. So that's the best find. I hope it works because I actually really need it. Down here digging hard for these Lego even after I just bought 25 pounds. Why? For the love of the game. I can tell you with a pretty high level of certainty that this bin is one that was set aside to potentially be sold on the online store. And either it was listed and didn't sell, or perhaps it was rejected by someone higher up. This is like the go bag stuff. But everything that was in here for sure at one point was earmarked for the online store. There's been a couple of broken Poochies. I got one good one, and I swear to God I didn't know this exists. It's a big Poochie. Never seen one. Sucks he's not there. Actually, the only one I currently have is purple. One of the only two. But I like seeing that. I like it when they throw stuff back because it's good for me. We're wrapping up for the weekend here, and I've pretty much just been putting myself on hanger duty because there's just not a lot else to get, which is unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. And that's a rip. Sometimes you just don't come on the best weekends. I've had a lot of good weekends here, so I can't complain. There's gonna be some bad ones, but now I gotta deal with this before we can get out of here. Hangers cost in bulk, like, you know, probably close to 20 cents a piece, something like this. When we get them here, we're getting about half of what we pay for bulk. So it's worth doing a little bit extra work to get them here. I guess it's time to build a Woody costume because that is Woody's shirt if I've ever seen it. I don't know if I'm gonna get him because he's awful heavy. Missing his ears, probably not worth it though. I bet it's the same ears as the small one and they can be salvaged. I don't know, I've never seen it, so I'm quite curious. There's some McDonald Poochies as well. And then look at this. This poor Sonic, someone tried to save him with love and didn't do a good job. And I feel like I can do a better job, so probably gonna buy you, Sonic. Yeah, we're gonna do a fixed job on Sonic. And then miscellaneous for the toy store. A lot of viewfinder stuff, so I don't know what this R viewfinder is. How many hangers you got there?
5 million.
All of them. That's a big trash bag of hangers. That was such a lightweight day. Yesterday was like 350 bucks. Today was 115. But we haven't spent very long here today, and it was also not the highest quality of the day, so it checks out. But bag of hangers, tiny bag of toys for me. Full cart of clothes for her, but yesterday the car was so full, I don't know how I'm gonna get that stuff in here, but I'm gonna figure it out. I think I'm gonna not open that door. Let me get it unlocked for you. Here marks the first time I've had to just stuff this car to the gills. It's probably mostly due to the library cart that I bought, taking up a lot of space. But it's also stuffed, like the shelf. But I haven't even stuffed the floorboards, which I'm trying not to because it's a little dirty down there. We're back from the bins, and now we gotta carry all this stuff into our already hoarded garage. Look how packed it is. I found this receipt paper at the Goodwill. Should I see if it fits my receipt printers right now? Just so I can ease my mind. Oh yeah. There's the roll that came out. They're the same. I mean, oh yeah. Oh yeah. It fits. That's sick. Good find. I picked up the Build-A-Bear Pikachu at the bins, which is awesome because I gave all my nieces and nephew my this is not the Build-A-Bear Pikachu. Scratch all that. What? Is this just another one? And I got... Behold! The cart! Comment below what color I should paint the cart and why it should be yellow. We can't remember his name. What is it? We finally found one for the Toy Story display that we're building. All right. Let's talk about this Lego from the Goodwill online store. surprisingly good quality. A few plates in there, which is good because I built a little underhanger to sell the plates from underneath my Lego table in the store. So that's awesome. Normally I can pick up like a grocery bag of Lego from inside the bins and be like, this has a pretty high Mega Block counter. I don't see a lot of Mega Blocks. I didn't find one Mega Block in here, but also, strikingly, I didn't find but maybe like a minifigure head maybe and no other minifigures, which is not surprising because this same store has a listing, or at least by the time of shooting this, had a listing of just minifigure stuff, and it had a buy it now price of $700 and it was already bid up to, I don't know, it was several $100s, $500-600. That means someone at that Goodwill is taking the time to sort through this stuff, which leads me back to a point I was trying to make in the earlier part of this video. Don't know how good of a job I did making the point, but like, Goodwill's trying harder and harder at this. It used to sort of be a joke to some people, but they're hiring people. And the warehouse that I could see back in the back of that place, it looked like an Amazon warehouse. They're really doing this. But if you're a Lego enthusiast or, you know, starting a store like I am, this box, it's only one off for me. I can only speak to this particular experience, but this was good quality Lego. It pretty much filled up an IKEA bag, which is going to do wonders for the volume of my current Lego bag. Oh yeah. Honestly, one more of that bag and this table is going to be pretty much full, which is great because I made this Lego table twice as high as the last one I had. So I'm pumped about those Goodwill Lego. I got my scissors. One more order of business before we get out of here. The quickest turnaround time ever award goes to Robert V. out of San Antonio, Texas. I said something briefly about our P.O. box, establishing one now that I've settled down in Indiana. And this showed up like 2 days later. So quick, my head spun. Make sure there's no note. Oh, sick. Game Informer magazines. That's a big stack. Well, there's 2 boxes. Same size. Is this one going to be the same thing? You want to hear something terrible? I don't actually know where my giant scissors are. I think they're on my bus. Psych! I don't go anywhere without them. I haven't busted these out in a while. Okay. Game Informer. Ooh, there's something else in here, though. Just want to make sure we don't miss a note. Ooh, what is that? PlayStation Sheep Raider. Sick. Oh, Pokemon book. Gaming guide. And I think the rest of these are Game Informer. There's the World of Warcraft stuff. Thank you very much, Robert. The Quickness Award does go to you, my friend. Now, I'm going to send you out with a little bit of information. If you stayed this long in the video, maybe you'll be excited to know we have actually locked down a location for our store. At this exact moment, it's only sort of handshake verbal agreement. We're going to meet and sign the lease. We haven't actually put the ink on the paper yet, but I feel confident enough that it's going to happen that I feel okay saying it on video. So I'm not 100% sure if it'll be the next video, but the next couple of videos we'll actually start moving some stuff into our storefront. So if that sounds at all exciting to you, please, pretty please, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and equally important, go check and make sure you're subscribed, because sometimes YouTube be unsubscribing people. But look out for that video coming soon. Till next time, guys, peace out.